what's fruiting, what's coming out in the future. So stay tuned, hang in there with me. Today is, man, the 7th. And guess what? We got mangoes. Let me show you. Maybe, just maybe. So this beautiful specimen here, if you're new to the channel, is the Maria mango. What's going to put us on the map? No, it's my seedling here from Valencia Pride. And this one's still holding here. You got one there, and you got one right there. Now these bags I just put on there, these are the larger bags, the organza bags, but these are like the 8x11s. This one fitted with a little bit of wiggle room in there. That one fitted, man, like a tight squeeze. So much larger fruit, man, could be almost 4 pounds. I don't know, can't wait to weigh it, and we'll tune you in once these fruits are ready. But big coconut flavor, that's your thing. Stay tuned, because the trees will be produced. Give it the old 90 just to show you guys we're not holding them on there for, you know, nothing, but these are still hanging on there on their own accord. No, they're not getting juice with anything. This is all mainly chop and drop, great mulch, hardwood mulch. And so real quick, I know a lot of people will tell you, oh, this thing's for the temperature, right? But a lot of people will tell you cut branches that go inside of the tree, right? You know, crossing branches, this, that, and the third. Well, if I would have cut this branch there, it is coming inside of the tree, right? Which they would have said, yeah, snip that off. But I left that, and what do you know? That is the branch holding right there, and that's the branch that is holding this mango. So yes, okay, if you want to, but you can also wait to see what happens. That little branch, yay, is the one holding this awesome fruit. This isn't a small one. This one probably is 2.5 pounds, what it looks like. I don't know, 2 pounds, we'll find out. Stay tuned. It's getting some color in there, but not quite ready. We have another one in the pot that's almost ready as well. And this one will be wrapped back up here in the winter time. What else you got growing on in the nursery? Let's go for a walk. Stay tuned. Got the old squirrel squadron with me, making sure that these pesky critters stay at bay. Got watermelon sprawling out all over the place. I'm having to chop it back. That one looks delicious, super juicy. Although I prefer that one there, that one with the duller colors. I know you guys like those vibrant colors in the stores, but I like the natural colors. Anyways, you got one up there on the top of the mulch. Yay. But anyways, we got some trees over here that we're still looking to be rehomed. We got some mangoes. We do have some avocados. We'll show you guys around. 3 gallons that are definitely, what's up, what's up? Thank you for tuning in. These 3 gallons are definitely looking to be up potted, so I am kind of stalling out. Great deals. Come and see us. We will be at the Berry Farmers Market this Sunday. Look at those variegated leaves on the antsy lilies. Hang on, let me put my water down real fast. We'll be at the Berry Farmers Market. Hang on. We'll be at the Berry Farmers Market this Sunday, and seems like every Sunday we're going to do a farmers market for the moment, right? Up until probably until fall gets back around. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. So real quick, our open hours for the moment will be Thursday through Saturday, 10 to 6. All right. If you want to catch us at the farmers market, we're at the Volusia County Fairgrounds on Wednesdays, and then alternating weeks between DeBerry and Winter Springs every other Sunday. But I post everything on our Facebook. Tune in for that. All the updates are there. Appreciate it, y'all. We are up potting all kinds of different things. Hibiscus. We got the ajicitos coming. Don't worry, folks. Lots of mulberries getting up potted, making some more room. Sweet herb. Lots of that if you want to sweeten your teas and such. Moringas and peppers. Got a lot of those. I will be getting some more herbs in, so stay tuned. Do have a bunch of moringa plants. ready to be homed. If you're not growing moringa, that's a tough one, folks. That's one that I would say you need in your garden, right? It's not so much of a want, right? You may want that beautiful monstera. You may want that beautiful rare orchid, right? That it's hard to pronounce the name that and only very rare few people know, right? Yay, those are fun, but you need some of this food. And that's kind of one of those that if you don't grow it, you're going to have to outsource it from somewhere, and you don't know what they're using, right? It's the best whenever you grow it yourself. Orange mint. This thing is taking off. This thing is excellent in teas. You can smell it from there. It's very aromatic. Good for teas. Crunch on it. You have the purple basil, the purple ruffles, a little bit of a green variegation on there. Those are always fun. Oh, sorry. Only one growing together carry star fruit here. Only one made it. I attempted to graft. Well, I grafted about 8 or 9. Only one made it. She's still cooking, but stay tuned. Maybe that one can be yours. We have to pot that, but yep. Thank you for tuning in, though. It looks like we're going to get some more rain this evening. They have been coming around well, there's some yellowing leaves on star fruits. Don't trip when you see that. They turn over their leaves very quickly, especially when they're focused on flowers like this one's doing. Starting to flower up. And what's your deals on star fruits, Steve? So check it out. Star fruits are 50 for 1, 2 for 95. Same deals with the mangoes and the avocados. Tutus, man. I know. This is the home of the tutued mangoes. Better on a 7-gallon because they don't slip down once they get wet. Once it rains or I water, then they tend to slip. Don't tell nobody. All right? Don't worry. Don't worry. Anyways, 7 gallons, more legit unless I staple them up. But mainly for some color, folks. I know. Some of y'all are thinking, that's crazy. Why would you do that? Listen, y'all, you got to add a little bit of pizzazz out there to be a little bit different. Besides these variegated leaves on this mango here. More seed kelp, folks. But most of them look great. All right, before I release them to you, I make sure that they're looking good. Every once in a while, we'll get a little Julie that goes through it, fights it out, but still growing out, still be fine. Those get discounted if you really, really want them. But for the most part, these trees are happy. This little Venus is trying to push out some fruit, but not yet, not yet. But we got some 7 gallons over here. Let me see if I can zoom out just a hair. 7 gallons that are working over here. We do have some coconut creams and orange sherbet. Karen Michelle, lemon zest. All right, come on by, take a look. We can put them in a bag, help you put them in your vehicle. The whole deal. Couple of loquats left, Sherry, Christmas, and Yehuda. Then we have some jabos that are looking great, folks. This rain is really helping them out. Nice and green. These little jabos have some characters. Every one of them has a different growth habit. Some of them are a little bit more on the squatty side, some more on the lankier side. But that's the cool part. Come pick out the one that you're going to have forever, folks. This little tree is going to outlive you and maybe your crew, right? This little tree is fantastic, ornamental, and the fruit is legit. If these things were flowering, it'd be way more than 20 bucks. But man, because I love you, come on by, pick one out. Just maybe you can have that rare new anomaly that flowers and fruits at a very young stage. And those are all Lion Frog's fruits. Those are all seedlings from his fruits, right? Those weren't produced here. Do have some avocados here in 3 gallons. Putting on some new growth here. We have the Haas, the Day, and Wirtz, and the Marcus pumpkin. A couple of Marcus pumpkins, you can tell because they have the larger leaves. Big fruit, big leaves, gorgeous growth on the top. Come on now. Still haven't tried that variety. That variety is still rare to me, right? Doesn't like the cold, so it's one of those that will have to be kept in a container. I know that may be a little bit tougher considering its vigor, but we're going to try it out. Do have some black zapotes or some chocolate pudding fruits if you like that. style of persimmon. We have some ones that were grafted by me, by yours truly, and we have some that were outsourced. So depends on if you want the matte snow or the black sapote variety, right? So unknown on that one, but come on by. 45 bucks allows her to go home with you and give you some amazing fruits that you may have never tried, right? Anyways, what else? What else, folks? A couple of June plum seedlings. A lot of people are still new to the whole eating of the foliage. That's one that I'm still showing people at farmers markets. And that's the cool part is going to these different markets and meeting different people that either are brand new to this game or total experts. There's master gardeners that are very quiet, you know, they'll slip around, they'll ask you all the questions that are basically testing you and then tell you, yeah, I've been doing this for, you know, a couple decades and yeah, you got everything correct, or you know nothing, kid, what are you doing? So people love to school you. But I bring it on. I enjoy talking to all kinds of different generations, kids and people my age that are just now getting into it, and older people that, you know, I would never be able to talk to otherwise, that now have some great info, you know, for whether it's natural growing or different types of fruits that they had back in the day, their experiences or whatnot. It's very fun, folks. Anyways, mulberries, more mulberries, and even more. It is a hot one, so I'm going to try to retreat into some of this semi-shade, but we do have some Thai dwarfs that are waiting to go home with you, folks. 1 gallons are 20 bucks. Got a few to choose from, and they fruit very quickly, very quickly. So it's not one of these that you have to wait for years. That is the best part about them. Set them, forget them, prune them, enjoy them, freeze them. You can make all kinds of syrups with them, jams, ice creams. I mean, I tried dehydrating them, or I did. It wasn't my best flavor for them, but it is one that you can go ahead and, I've heard freeze dried is pretty legit. Look what we have ripening up here, folks. What are those? Strawberry guavas. And these are very fruitful little shrubs that I put inside of this netting because the fruit flies will go ahead and inject their larvae into them. So I have to like basically climb in there to get them. But it is possible. It is a hot one. Well, we're about to get some rain as well. But they get to a decent size and they're fun to eat. They're kind of seedy. So that's like the biggest complaint. Let me zoom out just there. Biggest complaint is there's kind of seedy in there, but dude, they're legit. Hang on, I gotta show you. Let me see if we can flip this around. We'll get you a couple to show you. Thanks for hanging with me. I was thinking about taking the actual netting off, but here, the best way to do this is there's a little hole here. Now that you can slip your hands in and grab some. Well, yeah, I don't even have to get in there. You can slip your hand and grab some. Wow, I just touch them and they fall off. Well, thought I had to go in there, but I will later on. These are the smaller ones. These are the smaller ones, and bug-free. Tough to see that, but has the guava-like flavor. Not intensely sweet. But a little tart. Very nice, very enjoyable. And cold hardy. Something that took whatever this wacky winter threw at it. I didn't really fertilize it with a whole lot. I do have 2 bushes, so I don't know if that helps with cross-pollination, but excellent little fruit. And again, they do get a little bit bigger than that. These are the smallest ones that just fell off here, but anyway. And if you're local, come on by. We got enough. What else? Let's see. We're still holding more mangoes. Shh, don't tell nobody. But you know. Uh-oh. I know. That M4 looks a little dusty. It's got a little dark spot in there, but it's still holding, still good, still green. Not ready yet, folks. That's one of the best. If you don't know, look into it. While you guys have your festivals early on, all the early varieties are celebrated and talked about, and yay, these late season varieties that are fantastic don't get all the hype and all the love, right? But that's all right. They don't need it. Anyways, be honest with you, still got cack hanging on. Got a few in here. I had to put them in the mesh as well, just because I was leaving them in the organza bags by themselves, because I'm like, oh, I'm not seeing a whole lot taking them. Then I saw that fat raccoon, and I was definitely had a change of heart. These Puerto Rican plantains are going nuts over here on this trellis, and the problem is they may get to a certain height where there's already some dried pods coming around, where they do weigh this thing down. That's the problem with them. They just keep growing. They are thick in there. You see that? All right. All this water is really showing that all this water is really helping these plants thrive back here. And it's basically allowing it to where I don't have to irrigate. I haven't ran the irrigation over here in quite some time, and hand water whenever necessary, especially when I just put in like new stuff. But other than that, try not to do too much right now. Letting this go to flower and seed. It's what do they call it? Like some sort of a blue feather leaf lettuce, something like that. I forget the name. Miracle fruits are still producing some fruits here and there. More flowers on the way, more fruits on the way. Man, do these ants like it. They like to create the scale right on the fruit. You see that? Let me show you. That scale that they just put right on the fruits, which is no bueno. You do have to just like rub it off. Yep. Oh, sorry. Let me zoom you out. Like a little scale. They're mining it, right? But they are an issue here. They obviously know that, and it's not the most intensely sweet fruit, right? But the ants here just love getting in the pots. I'll show you one that they're wrecking right now that I'm trying to fight, but they are winning so far. The other one, look at this tree over here, the other Maria, with two more fruits holding on it. I'll show you something strange about this one. Still got a fruit holding right there, not quite ready, right? And holding another fruit right there, right? Still not ready. But look at this branch. I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but this branch right here is dying out. She's putting all of this love and energy into these beautiful fruits that she's like, nope, she's going to get rid of this branch here, which is wow. A couple of branches. I don't know if you've seen that before. I guess it sucks, but it's all right. We'll reshape her. It'll regrow. But all for the love of the fruits, right? Some of y'all would say, no, cut her. She's dying off. No, we're just going to watch her. Another Maria flush over here. Look at the beautiful colors on those. So, great, vigorous variety here, late season. And stay tuned for here's another one here. This one has more vigor. You can tell the internodes are way longer here. That's one from here all the way to there. So that's almost a foot, more than a foot long. Anyways, one little pomelo. This whole tree taking up all this real estate. One fruit, man, just like last year. One every year. Like, come on. Sassy love. This one here found an owner. It will be sticking around, but it is no longer mine. I know. We'll explain later, but we got devoted, man. No, family, folks. We donate them to family. That's what we're doing here. Check it out. So this is whoa, we got a friendly. Flew away. This one is getting wrecked by ants. This June plum here on the outside looks great, but if you notice, this thing is getting surrounded by, well, I would say these native wasps and all kinds of stuff. Why? Because if you look underneath the leaves, they are shredded. They're covered with aphids and ants. Maybe, just maybe, look at this. Terrible, folks, terrible. This is why ants, you know, when they say, oh, ants are your friends. Well, some, these don't really bite, but they do just mine the aphids and all the junk on your leaves. So what I'm doing, hitting them with the borax and sugar down there, but also blasting them with pressure on the hose. But still, I got to come back in here. That's all just aphids and junk and makes it unedible, right? I want to eat the leaves and I can't do it. But these natives look like they're doing something. Look at it, even in the midst of all of that, she's putting on fruit up here. So still a great little tree. Big Giselle, put her in a 15 and she's stretching up. So we'll see. Have to try to go ahead and keep her low. That way we can keep her in the structure. The Durango, I know people are asking, dude, hey, is it working? Is it growing? Durango mango, still in the works, folks. What is she? What is she? Where is she from? Shh. Shh, I won't say it, but you know it. Yeah, don't say nothing. Durango mango's in the works, folks. Give me 10 to 15 years and we'll talk about the flavor. Sugar apples. Sugar apples are cooking very nicely up here. Doing strong. These in containers, I'm surprised, don't have any fruit because I have some that are in ground that are holding one. I'll show you if we have some time. The last Saint-Péry of the year is still hanging on there. And I'll tell you this Saint-Péry surprised me. All right, I know you can't really tell it's in there just because the trees are in there to hold them together, but she's in here, I promise you. Saint-Péry this year, we tasted her, and I don't want to say I'm changing my mind on the Indian varieties, but I will say that this one didn't have that harsh of a, hang on folks, that harsh of an Indian flavor. So it really surprised me and I kind of enjoyed this. So don't tell anybody, but yeah, Saint-Péry, I said it wasn't for me, but this fruit was very sweet, very nice. The consistency, like the actual texture of the fruit was very smooth, firm, yet delectable. It was very enjoyable. I was very surprised. I told myself I wasn't going to like it because of the resinous tones usually, but it was a sleeper. It kind of muddled me into okay, it's enjoyable. My sister was loving it, raging, you know, ranting and raving about it. But anyways, we got some casa over here that are still working. If you want some Costa Rican guavas, this one's patrolling for everything that moves. The Turkey, Australian mulberries, are starting to go ahead and show themselves here. Can't wait to try those. Supposedly it is a larger fruit, larger tree. We'll find out. Supposedly they're better grafted because they may be susceptible to the nematodes. That depends on your location. Everyone's soil is going to be different. And what have you done to mitigate the root knot nematodes in your soil, right? Have you done anything? Have you hit them? Look at this guy just hanging out on the top of my graft. Just hanging out, little baby lizard. Let's see if we can. Just hanging out. What are you doing, man? Waiting on growth. All right, maybe he's going to help it somehow. This one doesn't look good. This one looks like it's drying out. So this is why you graft in numbers, because some make it, some don't. That's the name of the game, right? But as they go ahead and grow out, then I'll make more, right? But this one's the Himalayan FSP, or Fruit and Spice Park. This one I got from Cody Cove. Shout out to Mr. Josh. And I even put a couple Skinners on this one, but that's a tougher one to see. Yeah, Skinner, I wasn't expecting it to be a vigorous mulberry, but that's exactly what we're seeing. I'll show you the one that we have planted. Look at this. And the Skinner pops out with fruit as well. So yippee, right? That's the best part. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Drop a like. I do appreciate those here and there. Try to play in the shade. It is a hot one. We are cooling down here. The humidity's still on high here in 9B, North 9B. I mean, 9B here in Florida is such a large area, but North 9B. Look at this. First flower on this giant Suriname cherry here, or giant pitanga. This one is from Adam as well. Just flower for the first time. I don't know if it's going to get pollinated, but who are you, man? Who are you? Got lots of roselle that should be growing and showing some calyxes here in the future. So hopefully more jams, more jellies. Another Thai dwarf that I planted out here because you can't have too many. We need more of those. Beautiful sweet tart putting on a show with that new growth. Stop it. This fruit is amazing. I am a big fan of sweet tart. It is great. I'll eat it early. I'll have it perfect. I'll eat it late. However you serve it, it is a great fruit. Good producer. This is the only fruit, one of the only fruits that Nana will turn her head to just because she likes sour, she likes sweet, she doesn't like them together. One cotton candy, last one, late season, starting to turn some colors. We see ya. Last one, we'll see. But again, first fruit will get donated. All right. These Puerto Rican black beans over here, I kind of just turned my back and they took off. They are growing all over this, and hopefully we'll get a bunch of seeds. I know people were asking about not being able to find any, so maybe I can go ahead and be of service and sell a couple. So stay tuned. I do have a Etsy store. It is Growing by Dwayne, D-U-A-N-E. It is Duane. I know. Duane, it's a thing. But Growing by Dwayne, Tice mulberry, finally getting off to a better start. It was just stalling out, growing some roots, but now she's up and running. But yeah, Etsy store, and that's where I'm putting my stuff. I got some Thai dwarf cuttings up there, some of the plants already up there. It's like a soft opening. But stay tuned. We got some Pakistan cuttings up there, but that's where we'll put our stuff. Rice is world's best. Over here, see, like we have the sugar apples, even these little babies putting on a couple. There's a fruit there on this tiny tree. I mean, it's hip height. And you got one over here as well, putting on a fruit. And this is a little bit bigger of a tree, but that one's the first fruit as well. So it's possible from a young little seedling. And this one here, another large pitanga or giant Suriname. Put it over here next to the bananas, but man, these bananas are sucking all the water out of this plant. I looked at it the other day and it was dying of thirst. It's like, help me. So anyways, folks, it is a little warm, but we got enough shade that we can play in. There's a couple things that you may be able to try. Only this little lonely cherry here on this Cherry the Rio. Nice tree to have, cool novelty, delicious fruit. It is delicious. I'm not going to front. That is very, very nice. But it's not going to give you the numbers that one will, right? You're not going to fill baskets. You're not going to make jams and jellies out of it unless you're giving it all the fertilizer that you want, right? If you can go ahead and pump it full, then maybe you're just you have the greatest plants ever. But on the nat, you're not going to fill up the whole freezer like you are with this Thai dwarf. Once you grow this, that's a whole nother monster. I'm telling you, the best berry in Florida. Yep, you heard it, man. I'm telling you. I know it's not native, but Dwayne, it's not native. It needs to be native in order for it to be great here. Listen. If it was, there's a lot of great things that are fantastic now that aren't natives, but we adjust. We move, we grow. This thing here wants to help you to feed your family, yourself. This thing is phenomenal. Every yard needs a Thai dwarf. I'm telling you, I know I sound crazy telling you, but this little fruit will put smiles on your faces even on rainy days or whatnot. There's a little fruit in there I was trying to show you, but let's see if there's any more on the other side. Fun for the whole family. Dwayne, you sound like you're selling these fruits very hard. Listen, this is one that you need. I can't tell you that you need a Monstera albo. You don't need those rare orchids, but you need a Thai dwarf if you don't have one, right? Why? Because you can have something like that for breakfast, lunch, snacks, whenever you want. Grab a little step stool, keep them small. You can have a snack whenever you want in your backyard. But Dwayne, to stop fruiting, what do? Prune it and watch it fruit even more, right? Very simple, but very enjoyable. But the birds will get them and the squirrels, and it's going to make a mess in my HOA. Listen, if you live in an HOA, you better run now, because the best things the best things that you should be growing are these mulberries, man. I'm telling you. Would you move just to grow mulberries? Absolutely. They told me I couldn't grow mulberries in my yard. It's just un-American. I'm sorry. I would say no. You can only grow crotons and foo-foo plants, Dwayne, and we get to live, like a millionaire. No, thank you. Let me live somewhere rural where I can grow some mulberries, some mangoes, some moringa, all the fun stuff, right? Hang out, eat these leaves, right? Listen, up to 30% protein in these moringa leaves. I didn't know that. Did you know that? I'm telling you, this is awesome stuff. So not only is the fruit very nice, right? We can go on and on about the delicious fruits, but the leaves also have some things that you may enjoy as well. So do your own research. I know nothing. I didn't go to school for any of this stuff, right? We're learning from watching you. Listen, YouTube University is out there. There's a lot of info, good info, bad info. That's for you to filter out, right? You do want some good, honest info and some honest, clean growing. Well, stay tuned and we can show you how I do this stuff without using chemicals, without using harsh fertilizers, chop and drop, feeding back into the system, doing it the way, I don't want to say they did it back in the day, because obviously we do have tools and different resources, but trying to do it without intervening as much. I don't want to spray nothing besides some sea kelp and maybe some fish emulsion here and there, but things don't want to grow easily here. Well, then out they go, and in go more mulberries, right? Because they do want to live here. They thrive in our soils, even though some say that some will get, some have some root knot pressure. I haven't seen that. Be careful on what you Google, because if you do Google it, they will tell you, AI, of course they know. They will tell you that Thai dwarf and Bryce's world's best are both susceptible to the nematodes. But in my opinion, that's not really of a big issue, and both of them thrive out here. Got some cranberry hibiscus, and this one's kind of like in between. It's got some purple up top and more green down below. More of a mixed one, this one too. But yeah, folks, come on by, do what you got to do. Again, we are closed on Sunday. No mas domingos for the moment. All right. Once we go ahead and change that up, I'm sure we will here. Once we get busy again. I know it's hot. People are changing their stuff up. Fall's around the corner. Things will get better. Don't worry, folks. Stay tuned. Sales will be updated here at the YouTube. But I don't do much on the Insta. But anyways, check us out. 10 to 6, Thursday through Saturday. And Etsy store, growing by Dwayne. All right, folks, got to go get some food in the ground. It's that time, folks. Don't let the heat beat you up too bad.